All right, we're gonna get Miss Sonia to pick from the box. Oh,
I just pick any random one, or just pick up the top.
usually the top one.
All right, make it.
Thank you. And if you can read the question so the people can, for the
Who
audience.
turns people over to be gay in the Bible, God or the devil? Do you think people should be given over to be with the same sex? Honestly, what I believe in is we're made the way we are. So there are certain, actually, there's a certain gene that we have to have, and that puts us on to be more likely to get with the same sex or to get with the opposite sex. It depends on which gene. So, in my
Wow.
opinion,
You
since
saying it's a gene that we was created with? Like a
it's not specifically like an actual gene that it's your genetic predisposition. So, if you have a predisposition as such that you're born with more maybe testosterone, then even if you're a female, you're going to act more manly. And if you're acting more manly, then everything in terms of even your brain, it will change, right? The chemicals. So in terms of that, you'll obviously be more attracted to a female, even if you are a female.
So you think people can be born gay?
I think they can be. So in that sense, since it is God who gives us life, I would think it's God.
You think God give people over to be gay?
I
To
think
that
God is the one who
mindset?
creates us. So if there is a certain, if we're born with more testosterone, if we're born with more estrogen, estrogen being the female hormone and testosterone being the male hormone, if we're born with either one that dominates over the other one, God is one who gave life to us. So if God is giving us
The
more of
creator.
something, we're predisposed to be more towards one gender opposed to the other.
That's interesting. Because okay, in Romans chapter 1 it says that God gave people over. But it's saying this because they wouldn't believe in him and follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Since they wouldn't do what obey him and follow his truth, he gave them over to be gay and stuff, lesbian, homosexual. He gave them over to a reprobate mind to think that that's okay. So you got that correct. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know that. They think that's the devil doing that,
That
or
is just absolutely incorrect. So
so
I mean, this might be, I'm straight, so it's not like I have any bias towards either one, but I just think that it's something that you are born with, and the person, if God is the one who gives us life, God is the one who's making us be born with a certain, let me say, disposition as opposed to the other one.
so he not necessarily giving you over to that. You born with that, and if you choose it at a certain
Exactly.
point,
Of course, there are still, it, that's why people say coming out of the closet, right? There are still some people who try to fight against it. Or like,
yeah,
no, we're not gay, just because it's in their minds the only black and white is if you're a guy you should be with a girl, if you're a girl you should be with a guy. That is the black and white that we've been raised to believe in.
because like, what if people been born with both sexes, like morphodites and stuff? Like, they didn't have no choice to
Exactly.
be born like
And
that.
it's not like, I mean, I'm not an atheist, but it's not like
What
the
you are? You
devil.
Christian,
I'm a
ethnos,
Hindu,
Hindu?
but it's not like the devil's coming and saying, oh well, no,
That's
we're gonna have you
interesting.
born with both sexes.
So the Hindu thing, what do you believe? Like, for as Jesus and Krishna, is Krishna like, okay?
Krishna
Hare
is one of
Krishna.
our gods. Yes, sir.
So y'all have many gods.
We do. We have over 1 million gods.
See, people don't know that in the Old Testament, it's more than one God in the Bible.
Hmm.
But Christianity, they teach that it's just one.
It's
No,
just
it's many.
no, of course, because every god has a different place which they're taking care of. So we have a god that takes care of the wind. We have another god that takes care of the rain. Another god that takes care of people actually reborn, nature. All of these are different because there is not.
Different
It's not
purposes.
possible. Exactly, it's not possible for one entity to be taking care of that much.
Mm.
If he or she were to be taking care of that many things at once, we all know the more we're taking on, the more distracted we are, which means the
Mm.
more we're not able to focus on one specific thing.
The more divided.
Exactly. So if that were the case, then all of this that we see around us wouldn't have been possible because everyone's divided, right? You can't, it's not possible for you to make every single thing
Yeah.
beautiful if you're focusing on that many more things. So I mean, that's just my own
And
culture.
Hinduism is older than Christianity,
It
so
is.
it actually takes a lot of things from Hinduism and different other religions, and they made their own religion, from these other ones. So what you think about Jesus, like far as Jesus being the Christ, or he was God, or he was just one more God that another God that y'all
The way
believe?
I've been raised is he's just another god. Of course, out of the over 1 million gods that we have in Hinduism, I don't believe or I don't pray to every single one of them. I would be sitting for years upon years and just praying. But in my view, I'm not against any religion, I'm not against any culture. It's just everyone has their own, and I believe in all of them equally as much.
You, you
I
don't think Jesus was a unique God, or he was different than any other ones?
I
Or
don't think
just
so, honestly. Because if you're taking into account the sacrifice, all of Hindu gods have made their sacrifices too. So, in my opinion, it's just another god that some people follow, some people don't. Most of the US does not follow Hindu gods. They don't follow Hindu traditions, right? But it is another god, and only ignorant and arrogant people can say no, that's not a god.
yeah.
So, I mean that's my take. I don't know if that
Got you.
answered your
Yeah, man. It
question.
helped a lot. It helped a whole lot. Got you. All right.